Quantum. When something is quantum, it relates to the behavior of atomic particles.
The physics student studied quantum mechanics.
Sterile. When something is sterile, it is completely clean and free from germs.
The hospital room looked quite sterile.
Administrative. Administrative describes anything related to managing a company or organization.
I work as an administrative assistant to the owner of the company.
Advocate. To advocate a plan or idea is to support or suggest it in public.
The group advocated increased spending on education and schools.
Affect. To affect someone or something is to have an influence over them.
The student's poor attitude affected the other students in the class.
Hint. A hint is information that suggests something will happen or is true.
I quietly passed on a hint to my sister about the test.
Perfect. If something is perfect, then it is without any mistakes.
She got all the questions right, so her score was perfect.
Scale. The scale of something is its size, especially when it is very large.
I was surprised by the scale of the buildings in the downtown area.
Multicultural. When something is multicultural, it relates to many different cultures.
Everyone was welcomed to attend the multicultural celebration.
Autograph. An autograph is the written name of a famous person.
Everybody wanted the movie star's autograph.
Beverage. A beverage is a drink.
The waiter brought our beverages first, then he brought our food.
Vain. If people are vain, they are only concerned with how they look.
Rebecca is so vain that she looks at herself in every mirror.
Perception. A perception of a situation is a way of thinking about it or understanding it.
Since he couldn't see, his perception of life was much different than mine.
Arouse. To arouse means to awaken interest or attention in someone.
The politician's words were meant to arouse the protesters' anger.
Bead. A bead is a drop of liquid.
Beads of water collected on the outside of the glass.
Crisp. When food is crisp, it is hard, or has a hard surface in a way that is pleasant.
My favorite snack is a bag of crisp, delicious potato chips.
Immense. If something is immense, it is very large.
An immense amount of money was needed to buy such a large boat.
Supply. To supply something means to give people what they need or want.
The water heater supplied the house with warm water.
Session. A session is a meeting at a regular time in order to discuss and solve an issue.
Every 3 months, the managers met in a session to discuss regional sales.
Brew. To brew coffee or tea means to pour hot water over it.
Please brew a fresh pot of coffee.
Dynamics. The dynamics of a situation are the way that parts of it affect each other.
A good psychologist needs to know a lot about the dynamics of brain disorders.
Rag. A rag is a small towel.
Please use a rag to clean the dust off the table.
Pursuit. When you are in pursuit of something, you are chasing it.
The pursuit of happiness is a basic human right.
Rate. A rate is the speed at which something happens.
Grass tends to grow at a very slow rate.
Charm. To charm someone is to please them with your personality.
Gail charmed everyone with her humorous stories.
Torment. To torment someone means to cause them to suffer on purpose.
She tormented her little brother by taking his favorite toy.
Viable. When something is viable, it is capable of doing what it is intended to do.
Her method of solving the math problem seemed viable.
Armed. If you are armed, you are carrying a weapon.
The robber was armed with a gun.
Sufficient. Sufficient shows that something is enough in quality or quantity.
After eating a sufficient amount of food, I left the table.
Destiny. A destiny is all the things that happen or will happen to a person in their life.
It was his destiny to become a great singer.
Vary. Vary is used to emphasize an adjective or adverb.
An elephant is a very big animal.
Conscious. If someone is conscious of something, then they are aware of it.
The new student was conscious of the other students staring at her.
Impact. An impact is the effect someone or something has.
My grandmother had a great impact on my life.
Culture. Culture is the music, art, and writings of a certain place or group of people.
Ancient Mexican culture is renowned for its architecture.
Equipment. Equipment consists of the things which are used for a specific purpose.
The factory produces a wide range of high-tech equipment.
Glamour. Glamour is a quality relating to riches, wealth, and beauty.
The young woman showed off her glamour during the photo shoot.
Marshal. To marshal a group means to assemble them in order.
The students were marshaled outside and put into groups.
Welcome. To welcome is to greet someone or something with pleasure.
She greeted her friends with a warm welcome.
Jungle. A jungle is a type of forest in a warm, rainy tropical area where trees and plants grow very close together.
Many kinds of animals, including birds, reptiles, and even elephants, live in a jungle.
Horn. A horn is a device that makes a loud noise.
The boy honked his horn as he rode his bicycle past the house.
Indirect. If something is indirect, then it is not the easiest or straightest way.
He chose to take the most indirect route to the coast.
Rupture. To rupture means to tear or burst open.
Sarah put too much water into the balloon and it ruptured.
Diversity. Diversity is the quality or state of having many different forms, types, ideas, etc.
My company puts an emphasis on the importance of having cultural diversity.
Private. If something is private, it is only used by one person or group.
Don't look at my diary. It's private.
Irritable. When someone is irritable, they become annoyed or angry very easily.
She is irritable when she doesn't get enough sleep.
Pastime. A pastime is an activity that you do often for fun.
In the U.S., baseball is considered a national pastime.
Affect. To affect someone or something is to have an influence over them.
The student's poor attitude affected the other students in the class.
Equip. To equip someone is to give them the things needed to do something.
Steve was equipped with the tools needed to do the job.
Recent. When something is recent, it happened a short time ago.
I did not know what had caused his recent behavior.
Defense. A defense is something that is done to protect another thing.
The Air Force works in defense of its country.
Lag. To lag behind is to move slowly behind other moving objects.
The girl on rollerblades lagged behind the little girl on the bicycle.
Rapid. When something is rapid, it moves or changes very quickly.
His mother was surprised by her son's rapid growth.
Autograph. An autograph is the written name of a famous person.
Everybody wanted the movie star's autograph.
Bead. A bead is a drop of liquid.
Beads of water collected on the outside of the glass.
Shelter. A shelter is a place to go that is safe from danger or bad weather.
The frog took shelter from the storm in a nearby hold.
Enchant. To enchant someone is to make them feel very interested or happy.
The beautiful woman enchanted everybody in the room.
Congregate. To congregate means to gather in one place.
Seeing a group of birds congregate in the sky is an awesome sight.
Revenue. Revenue is the income made by a company.
The new products really increased the business's monthly revenue.
Nightmare. A nightmare is a bad or scary dream.
The girl was scared to go back to sleep because she had had a nightmare.
Brew. To brew coffee or tea means to pour hot water over it.
Please brew a fresh pot of coffee.
Oversee. To oversee something means to make sure that it is being done properly.
His job was to oversee the progress of the construction project.
Generally. We use generally in place of in most cases or to most people.
The suburbs are generally viewed as a good place to raise children.
Exception. An exception is someone or something not conforming to a rule.
Most students thought the test was hard, but Tim was the exception.
Charm. To charm someone is to please them with your personality.
Gail charmed everyone with her humorous stories.
Flavor. A flavor is the taste of food or drinks.
The flavor of the ice cream was very good.
Nutritious. When something is nutritious, it helps the body stay healthy.
Mangoes are one of the most nutritious fruits in the world.
Applause. Applause is the noise made when people clap their hands to show approval.
At the end of his speech, everyone burst into loud applause.
Grip. To grip something is to hold it very tightly.
I was scared, so I gripped my older sister's hand.
Bravery. Bravery is brave behavior.
The books commended the general's bravery.
Destiny. A destiny is all the things that happen or will happen to a person in their life.
It was his destiny to become a great singer.
Beard. A beard is hair that grows on a man's chin and cheeks.
The farmer had a long beard, as white as snow.
Protein. Protein is a substance that is necessary for the body to grow and be strong.
Fish and beef are good sources of protein.
Genre. A genre is a type of literature, art, or music characterized by its style.
She is considered a master in the comedy genre.
Ball. A ball is a round object that is thrown, kicked, or hit in a game or sport.
Seth bought a new soccer ball.
Structure. The structure involves the shape and organization of the parts of a building or group.
There are big differences in family structure in different cultures.
Conduct. Conduct is the way that someone acts.
She was punished for her bad conduct.
Signature. A signature is your name when you write it in your own way.
I put my signature at the end of the letter.
Electric. If something is electric, it uses electricity.
Some car companies make electric cars.
Ceremony. A ceremony is an event that happens on special occasions.
Tom and Amy's marriage ceremony is in June.
Equipment. Equipment consists of the things which are used for a specific purpose.
The factory produces a wide range of high-tech equipment.
Articulate. If someone is articulate, he or she has the ability to express ideas clearly and effectively.
Alfred's friends loved talking to him because he was so articulate and intelligent.
Snap. To snap something means to break it suddenly, which can cause a loud noise.
I took the drumstick and snapped it with my hands.
Stuff. Stuff is a word used to refer to things without mentioning the things by name.
We gave a lot of stuff to the charity.
Echo. To echo means that a sound repeats itself because it bounced off an object.
The child yelled over the canyon, and the sound echoed off the wall.
Horn. A horn is a device that makes a loud noise.
The boy honked his horn as he rode his bicycle past the house.
Empirical. Empirical means involving scientific proof and evidence.
Scientists must always find empirical evidence in their work.
Cram. To cram things means to put them into a place that can barely contain them.
He crammed all of his shirts into the top drawer of the dresser.
Irritable. When someone is irritable, they become annoyed or angry very easily.
She is irritable when she doesn't get enough sleep.
Alpha. The alpha member of a group is the most dominant or has the highest rank.
The largest lion was the alpha male of the pack.
Lag. To lag behind is to move slowly behind other moving objects.
The girl on rollerblades lagged behind the little girl on the bicycle.
Subconscious. When something is subconscious, it is done without thinking about it.
Breathing is one of the subconscious things that the body does.
Reflex. A reflex is an unconscious action in which a body part responds to an event.
There was a reflex when the doctor hit his knee with a rubber hammer.
Assassin. An assassin is someone who murders an important person.
An assassin killed Martin Luther King on April 4, 1968.
Chapel. A chapel is a building where people go to pray and worship God.
We were married in a small wedding chapel in Las Vegas.
Inhale. To inhale means to take air or a smell into the lungs.
The camper inhaled the cool and fresh mountain air and felt relaxed.
Van. A van is a vehicle that is used for carrying things. It is smaller than a truck.
The delivery company uses large vans to deliver packages.
Archaeology. Archaeology is the study of ancient people through their artifacts.
He studied archaeology to learn more about ancient Egyptian culture.
Nightmare. A nightmare is a bad or scary dream.
The girl was scared to go back to sleep because she had had a nightmare.
Con. To con someone is to trick that person into doing something or giving up money.
It was unfair of the fortune teller to con me out of $500.
Fume. Fumes are unhealthy smoke and gases that are made by fires or chemicals.
The engine put unpleasant, black fumes into the air.
Cycle. A cycle is a series of events that go in a circle from the end back to the beginning again.
They were caught in a cycle of poverty, lack of education, and unemployment.
Warn. To warn someone is to make them know of possible danger in the future.
The lifeguard warned people to stay away from the rough ocean.
Valid. When something is valid, it is correct or based on good reasoning.
The expert's opinion on the subject was more valid than others.
Harsh. When something is harsh, it is very unpleasant.
The desert can be a very harsh environment.
Rid. To rid is to make a place free from something or someone.
We rid our home of mice by using traps.
Whereas. You use whereas to show how two things are different.
My sister loves horror movies, whereas I prefer comedies.
Workout. A workout is an exercise routine that helps improve health.
She doesn't do her workout on the weekends.
Comfortable. When something is comfortable, it makes you feel relaxed, confident, and not worried.
Will loves his comfortable new sofa.
Nutritious. When something is nutritious, it helps the body stay healthy.
Mangoes are one of the most nutritious fruits in the world.
Beast. A beast is a large and dangerous animal.
Tanzania is home to many famous beasts, such as lions, leopards, and hyenas.
Cafe. A cafe is a small restaurant where you can buy drinks and simple meals.
Monica works part-time at a cafe.
Capture. To capture something is to catch and hold it.
James tried to capture the bubbles in his hands.
Zoom. To zoom is to move quickly.
The cars zoomed along the road.
Exclusion. Exclusion is the act of keeping someone out of a group.
People gathered together to protest the exclusion of immigrants from our country.
Protein. Protein is a substance that is necessary for the body to grow and be strong.
Fish and beef are good sources of protein.
Ivory. Ivory is a hard, white substance that comes from elephants.
The elephant's long ivory tusks looked very impressive.
Habitual. When something is habitual, it is a behavior that a person usually does or has.
The man was a habitual liar who was incapable of being honest with anyone.
Intelligent. If someone is intelligent, they are very smart.
The intelligent student graduated from high school with the highest marks in his class.
Stuff. Stuff is a word used to refer to things without mentioning the things by name.
We gave a lot of stuff to the charity.
Signature. A signature is your name when you write it in your own way.
I put my signature at the end of the letter.
Subconscious. When something is subconscious, it is done without thinking about it.
Breathing is one of the subconscious things that the body does.
Van. A van is a vehicle that is used for carrying things. It is smaller than a truck.
The delivery company uses large vans to deliver packages.
Warn. To warn someone is to make them know of possible danger in the future.
The lifeguard warned people to stay away from the rough ocean.
Workout. A workout is an exercise routine that helps improve health.
She doesn't do her workout on the weekends.
Zoom. To zoom is to move quickly.
The cars zoomed along the road.
Victory. A victory is a situation in which you win a battle, game, election, or dispute.
The man was thrilled with his victory.
Blow. To blow means to move air or move something through the air, as in the wind.
The wind is blowing very hard today. We should stay inside.
Violence. Violence is forceful action that is meant to injure or kill people.
The boy hit his brother in an act of violence.
Suspend. To suspend something means to delay or stop it from happening for a while.
The oil company suspended production until it was sure the factory was safe.
Brick. A brick is a block of hard clay that is used for building things, such as walls.
There were several bricks scattered on the ground.
Silence. Silence is the complete absence of sound or noise.
I can only sleep in complete silence.
Patent. A patent is a right to be the only person allowed to make or sell a new product.
He quickly established a patent for his brilliant invention.
Tradition. A tradition is something people have been doing for a long time.
Marriage is a tradition all over the world.
Petroleum. Petroleum is a liquid natural resource from which many fuels are made.
The petroleum at that factory is used to make gasoline.
Crumble. To crumble means to break or fall apart into small pieces.
The old house's walls crumbled into a pile of rock and wood.
Clash. To clash means to fight or argue over something.
The sisters often clash over the right way to do things.
Terrain. The terrain is the land and all of its physical features or parts.
The terrain below was rocky and full of hills.
Vary. To vary means to be different from another thing in size or amount.
The heights of the people in my class vary by a large amount.
Ideology. An ideology is a system of belief.
Within the teacher's ideology, there was a belief in the value of parent participation.
Dough. Dough is a mixture of flour and water that becomes bread when baked.
I made heart-shaped cookies from the dough.
Flee. To flee is to leave somewhere very quickly in order to escape from danger.
When a predator approaches a deer, the deer will flee.
Form. To form is to make or to shape something.
They formed a new government.
Lean. To lean is to bend in a particular direction.
The woman leaned against the counter because she was tired.
Minimal. When something is minimal, it is very small.
My lazy husband does a minimal amount of work around the house.
Express. To express a feeling or idea means to show others how one thinks or feels.
The nurse expressed her sympathy for the sick patient.
Justify. To justify something means to show or prove that it is necessary.
The government tried to justify its decision to bring the country into a war.
Custody. Custody is the right to take care of someone or something.
The prisoners were put in the custody of the jailers.
Rank. A rank is a person's place in an order of people.
The man got to the rank of captain in the Navy.
Notwithstanding. We use notwithstanding when we want to show that although something has been done, it is not enough. A similar term is in spite of.
Notwithstanding your objections, we have decided to move forward with the project.
Fist. A fist is a hand with fingers bent in toward the palm.
The bully made a fist and threatened to hit the small boy.
Mischief. Mischief is behavior that is meant to trick or cause trouble for people.
Ben was up to mischief when he persuaded Ken to paint his face.
Compliance. Compliance is the act of following a rule or doing what you are supposed to do.
The bratty child never shows compliance with her mother's rules.
Participate. To participate is to be active and do something.
The students participated in the school play.
Coup. A coup is an uprising in which people try to overthrow the government.
At the end of the 18th century, Napoleon Bonaparte staged a coup to overthrow a group that had control of France.
Flexible. If something is flexible, then it can bend easily without breaking.
The tree branch was so flexible, it could be bent into a circle and not break.
Cling. To cling to something means to hold on to it tightly.
A mother sloth will cling tightly to her baby in the treetops.
Alternative. An alternative is something that you can choose instead of your first choice.
Her first plan to make extra money seemed weak, so she chose an alternative.
Personalize. To personalize something means to design it to meet a person's unique needs.
He personalized the woman's exercises to give her a better workout.
Diary. A diary is a book in which people write their personal experiences.
I do not let anybody read my diary.
Flush. To flush means the face becomes red due to heat, illness, or emotion.
After the long race, the runner's face was flushed.
Illuminate. If you illuminate something, you shine light on or brighten it.
In order to illuminate the stage, the crew turned on the spotlight.
Belly. The belly is the stomach of a person or animal.
His belly was full because he had eaten a lot of food.
Abrupt. If something is abrupt, it is sudden or unexpected.
When the dancer fell down on her back, the ballet came to an abrupt stop.
Current. A current is a steady and constant flow of air or water in a river or ocean.
The ocean currents took the ship far off into the sea.
Injure. To injure someone means to damage a part of their body.
The car crash injured 2 people.
Bid. A bid to do something is an attempt to do it.
He made a bid to become the university's next president.
Avenue. An avenue is a road, often a large one, with buildings on each side.
Drive down this avenue and then turn left to get to the park.
Brick. A brick is a block of hard clay that is used for building things, such as walls.
There were several bricks scattered on the ground.
Plantation. A plantation is a big farm that only grows certain kinds of crops.
In the 1800s, there were many cotton plantations in the southern U.S.
Timid. If someone is timid, they are afraid, shy, or nervous.
The timid child hides behind her mother whenever she sees a stranger.
Lump. A lump is a small piece of something that is solid.
The artist took a lump of clay and turned it into a beautiful pot.
Crumble. To crumble means to break or fall apart into small pieces.
The old house's walls crumbled into a pile of rock and wood.
Outmoded. If something is outmoded, then it is no longer in fashion or use.
Black and white television sets are outmoded.
Found. To found something on an idea or principle is to base it on that idea.
This is founded on the belief that all people are created equal.
Device. A device is an object or a machine.
A thermometer is a device that tells temperature.
Endorse. To endorse is to express formal support or approval for someone or something.
The committee will endorse their leader for the upcoming election.
Mixture. A mixture is something that is made by mixing other things together.
The walls were built using a mixture of water, rock, and dirt.
Comprehend. To comprehend something means to understand it.
The player could not comprehend why he lost the game.
Upgrade. To upgrade something means to improve it or make it more efficient.
He upgraded to a real fancy car.
Disperse. To disperse means to scatter everywhere.
I watched the people disperse in all directions to avoid the charging bull.
Paradise. Paradise is the place or condition of happiness where things are perfect.
My vacation in Hawaii was like being in paradise.
Commentator. A commentator is a person who gives opinions or describes something, often on TV or the radio.
According to many commentators, this winter has been one of the coldest in the last century.
Reconcile. To reconcile means to return to a friendly relationship.
After arguing, the two friends were reconciled with each other.
Succession. A succession is a number of things that follow one after the other.
The student said the letters of the alphabet in succession.
Express. To express a feeling or idea means to show others how one thinks or feels.
The nurse expressed her sympathy for the sick patient.
Dough. Dough is a mixture of flour and water that becomes bread when baked.
I made heart-shaped cookies from the dough.
Conspiracy. A conspiracy is a secret plan that two or more people make together to do something harmful or illegal.
The businessman thought there was a conspiracy among his co-workers to get him fired.
Wavy. When something is wavy, it is not straight, but has a series of curves.
The child drew wavy lines all over the piece of paper.
Conflict. A conflict is a fight between different people or groups.
The two nations had a conflict over which one could use the water in the river.
Fist. A fist is a hand with fingers bent in toward the palm.
The bully made a fist and threatened to hit the small boy.
Ruin. To ruin something means to harm or damage it greatly.
Our walk in the park was ruined by the sudden rain.
Humid. When it is humid, there is a lot of water in the air.
It is very humid inside a sauna.
Flexible. If something is flexible, then it can bend easily without breaking.
The tree branch was so flexible, it could be bent into a circle and not break.
Agony. Agony is severe pain or suffering.
The boy yelled in agony when the puppy bit him.
Continent. A continent is one of the 7 large areas of land on the earth.
Asia is the largest continent.
Inflame. To inflame something is to provoke or intensify it.
The tax increase will inflame the public's frustration with the government.
Shatter. To shatter something means to break it suddenly into many tiny pieces.
When the ball hit the window, the glass shattered.
Flush. To flush means the face becomes red due to heat, illness, or emotion.
After the long race, the runner's face was flushed.
Psychiatry. Psychiatry is the study and treatment of mental illness.
Studying psychiatry has taught me a lot about mental illness.
Meantime. The meantime is the time between 2 events.
Ted began setting the table. In the meantime, I began preparing the food.
Antibiotic. An antibiotic is a medical drug used to kill bacteria and treat infections.
The doctor gave me a shot of an antibiotic when I got the flu.
Forum. A forum is an open public place in which meetings are held.
The scientist shared her research at a special forum in the city.
Shutter. Shutters are wooden or metal covers in front of a window.
Mr. Smith closed the shutters every night to make his bedroom dark.
Dome. A dome is a curved roof of a building.
I looked up at the dome to admire its beauty.
Reference. A reference is the act of referring to something or someone.
My supervisor made a reference to the data I'd collected.
Muscle. Muscle is a mass of tissue attached to bone that helps you move.
She went to the gym in order to make her muscles stronger.
Huge. If something is huge, it is very big.
At work, my father drives a huge truck.
Sift. To sift something means to remove all the large pieces.
The baker sifted the flour into a large bowl.
Scrap. A scrap of something is a small amount of it.
Chris liked to use many scraps of paper when thinking up ideas.
Injure. To injure someone means to damage a part of their body.
The car crash injured 2 people.
Exhaust. To exhaust someone is to make that person tired.
John exhausted himself by swimming all day.
Lump. A lump is a small piece of something that is solid.
The artist took a lump of clay and turned it into a beautiful pot.
Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is a very strong, good feeling about something.
The crowd showed their enthusiasm for the soccer team by cheering loudly.
Disrespect. Disrespect is rudeness or behavior that shows a lack of respect.
He showed disrespect by arguing with his boss during a meeting.
Slight. If something is slight, then it is small or minor.
There was only a slight change in the little boy's height.
Influence. To influence someone or something is to have an effect on them.
My friend influenced my decision to attend Terrence University.
Novelty. A novelty is something that is new, original, or strange.
Ice cream was a novelty for him since he rarely had any.
Advent. An advent is the arrival or beginning of an important person, thing, or event.
During the advent of radio, very few programs actually played music.
Rescue. To rescue someone means to remove them from danger.
The firefighter rescued the man from the burning building.
Reconcile. To reconcile means to return to a friendly relationship.
After arguing, the two friends were reconciled with each other.
Sparkle. To sparkle means to shine brightly with quick flashes of light.
The stars sparkled in the winter night sky.
Mixture. A mixture is something that is made by mixing other things together.
The walls were built using a mixture of water, rock, and dirt.
Sensory. If something is sensory, it is related to the senses.
Iris and Eric preferred the sensory thrill of watching movies in the theater.
A while. If you do something a while, you do it for a short time.
Wait here a while and I'll bring some tea.
Mandarin. Mandarin is one of the two main Chinese languages.
Although John's parents both spoke Mandarin, he could only speak English.
Proclaim. To proclaim something means to say it in public.
The army general proclaimed that the war was won.
Sprinkle. To sprinkle means to scatter something all over something else.
He sprinkled the pasta with salt and black pepper.
Oblige. To oblige someone means to require them to do something.
If I wanted to have playtime, I was obliged to clean my room once a week.
Deed. A deed is a certificate that proves that someone owns something.
When she bought the car, she was given a deed to show the car was hers.
Library. A library is a place where you go to read books.
The library at school is full of books.
Habitat. A habitat is the natural home of animals or plants.
Frogs are often found in a wet habitat, such as near a lake, river, or pond.
Stale. If food is stale, then it is not fresh, but dry, hard, and not good to eat.
The cookies sat on the table so long that they became stale.
Ruin. To ruin something means to harm or damage it greatly.
Our walk in the park was ruined by the sudden rain.
Veteran. A veteran is someone who has a lot of experience doing something.
Hank was the team veteran and had completed more races than anyone else.
Cyberspace. Cyberspace is the imaginary place on the internet where activities occur.
I didn't receive your email. It probably got lost in cyberspace.
Outraged. If someone is outraged, they are very angry.
My father was outraged when he saw that I had crashed his car.
Memorable. If something is memorable, then it is remembered for a special reason.
The party was memorable. People were still talking about it years later.
Utter. To utter a word or a sound means to say it.
The lost boy was so scared that he could barely utter a single word.
Loop. A loop is a line made into the shape of a circle.
He made a loop with the rope and placed it over the post.
Crime. If someone commits a crime, he or she does something bad that can be punished by law.
Police quickly arrived at the scene of the crime.
Shatter. To shatter something means to break it suddenly into many tiny pieces.
When the ball hit the window, the glass shattered.
Industrious. If someone is industrious, they work hard.
Dennis was very industrious, so he never had problems finding a job.
Awake. A person who is awake is not asleep.
Sometimes I lay awake in bed because I am not tired.
Shutter. Shutters are wooden or metal covers in front of a window.
Mr. Smith closed the shutters every night to make his bedroom dark.
Sift. To sift something means to remove all the large pieces.
The baker sifted the flour into a large bowl.
Slight. If something is slight, then it is small or minor.
There was only a slight change in the little boy's height.
Sparkle. To sparkle means to shine brightly with quick flashes of light.
The stars sparkled in the winter night sky.
Sprinkle. To sprinkle means to scatter something all over something else.
He sprinkled the pasta with salt and black pepper.
Stale. If food is stale, then it is not fresh, but dry, hard, and not good to eat.
The cookies sat on the table so long that they became stale.
Utter. To utter a word or a sound means to say it.
The lost boy was so scared that he could barely utter a single word.